Boys, it's Harm9. Today I'm going to be going over the 10 best ways to make money as a solo player in Grand Theft Auto Online after the Los Santos Mercenaries DLC has been released. A lot has changed in GTA since I made the last one of these videos. We've had some new businesses, we've had some buffs to businesses, we've had some nerfs, and overall the game is in a very different place than it was the last time I made this video. So anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with number 10. Now at number 10, we're starting off pretty tame. We have CEO and VIP free mode missions. Now you could also potentially put vehicle cargo in this spot depending on how you want to go about it, but I figured that I would have something that's very new player friendly to start this list off. CEO and VIP free mode missions are available to every player in Grand Theft Auto Online. You simply have to go into the interaction menu and register as either a CEO or a VIP under the register as boss tab. With these missions such as Headhunter, Hostile Takeover, Sightseer, Haulage, and many others, you'll be able to make some pretty decent money while in free mode without having to navigate the complicated menus to find jobs or anything like that. These missions pay a decent amount, and it's how a lot of players get their start in GTA. Headhunter will pay 20 to 25,000 for completing it, Hostile Takeover will pay 15 to 30,000, Sightseer will pay 20 to 27,000, and Haulage will pay upwards of 20,000 as well. These don't take very long, and after you complete them, you'll get a 5 or 15 minute cooldown depending on if you're trying to replay the same mission you just did or play another one of the CEO or VIP missions. Another thing that could technically go here is playing the double money or triple money game modes that are going on in the particular update week that you are playing in. So keep track of what's on double and triple money and basically do whatever is on that if you're just starting out in GTA. Let's go ahead and move on to the next business, which is where we're going to go ahead and start talking about some of the businesses and the better ways to make money as a solo player in Grand Theft Auto Online. At number 9, we have the Hangar. Now the Hangar has had some pretty significant changes in the last year, taking it from the undisputed worst business in the game to one that's actually sort of worth doing. This is definitely a business that's more suited to having a lot of friends playing with you to try to help you make money with it. However, as a solo player, you can still use it and you can make a decent amount of money by yourself. However, it is definitely better with friends, hence it being ranked a little bit lower on this list. Now previously with the Hangar business, you would be going to source air freight cargo crates. Each of these crates would be worth $10,000. However, this has been changed to $30,000 a piece instead of only $10,000, which is much better. With the release of the Los Santos Mercenaries DLC, they've also added a man into the Hangar who you can go and talk to and pay $25,000, and he will source you an air freight cargo crate. Maybe one, maybe two, or maybe even three. Now this is pretty good. However, air freight cargo does kind of work better when you only source a certain type of cargo and just keep doing that and then sell it, because you will get a bonus for having a lot of one type of cargo. You have a maximum of 50 crates that you can contain within the Hangar. So filling these up all as one thing, for example like narcotics, is going to be the best way to make money with the Hangar business. However, they've also changed the Hangar with the LS Mercenaries DLC to be not only an air business, but you can also operate it as a ground-based business as well, which I think is very cool. Overall, definitely not the best business for a solo player, but it's actually made it onto the list this time, whereas last time I made this video, air freight cargo was definitely not getting onto this list, and neither was the Hangar. So anyways, the Hangar's improved quite a lot since the last time I made one of these. Hopefully it improves even more. We'll have to see. But let's go ahead and move on to the 8th best way to make money as a solo player in online right now. At number 8, we have the MC businesses. Now the MC businesses have been buffed in GTA Online as of the release of the expanded and enhanced edition on the Xbox Series X and S, as well as the PlayStation 5 last year. The MC businesses pay 25% more than they used to, and they've also been given some new sale missions, which occasionally you'll get a 1 vehicle sale. However, if you are selling a full MC business, there is a pretty good chance of having a 3 vehicle sale mission, which you are going to need friends for potentially, depending on what the 3 delivery vehicles are. Now, if you get delivery vans, the sale mission is pretty much impossible to do by yourself. However, the chance of getting delivery vans is a lot lower now that they've added some new single vehicle sale missions to the MC businesses. If you're wondering which of the 5 MC businesses is the best, it goes as follows. From best to worst, the Coke lockup, followed by the Breaking Bad business, if you get what I'm saying. I can't say it because YouTube might demonetize the video. don't want to do that. Followed by counterfeit cash, followed by the weed farm. Now, document forgery is a business that is included with the MCs, however, it's not very good. It is profitable, but just barely. The only reason that you would really want the document forgery is for a business that's coming up a little bit later in the list, but I'm telling you right now, it's not really worth it for it. I will mention it later when we talk about that business, but just know you do not need to buy document forgery, and you absolutely shouldn't, as a matter of fact. That's it for the MC businesses. On to number 7. And here we are at number 7, we have CEO Cargo. Now, CEO Cargo does take a lot of time and a lot of money, and a lot of effort to actually get it going and make some good money with it. However, CEO Cargo is one of the best businesses for a solo player in Grand Theft Auto Online, in my opinion. I sell CEO Cargo as a solo all the time, and you make so much money. With the Criminal Enterprises DLC last year, they added the ability to passively source crates in your warehouses by visiting the staff members that you have inside of each warehouse and paying them $7,500. They will use this $7,500 to source 1 to 3 crates of special cargo, and they do have the chance to source a special crate which can be worth upwards of $80,000, which is pretty awesome. The sale missions range from 1 to 4 vehicles depending on how full your warehouses are. I usually sell as a solo player with only 3 vehicles because I sell my warehouses when they're about 75% full. However, all of the vehicles are relatively fast and you can actually upgrade them slightly, with things like the tugboat being able to have a speed boost as well as an armor upgrade. You can upgrade the planes with an armor upgrade as well as a missile jammer, and you can upgrade the brigades with additional armor as well as bulletproof tires. And those are the only 3 sale vehicles that you will get. All of the sale deliveries are pretty close to where you are. They're not going to be too far away, and even still, all the vehicles are relatively fast, and you shouldn't have much problem at all selling these as a solo player. The most money that I've made with CEO Cargo is $10.7 million in one go, which is an absolute ton of money. It did take me a little bit to stock up all those crates and everything that I had to sell, but $10.7 million after about an hour of doing sale missions is not too bad. You also have 30 minutes for each of the sales, so you have plenty of time to complete them. That's it for CEO Cargo. Definitely a great business. Look into this one. You're going to need a CEO office as well as CEO Cargo warehouses, which you will buy from the office. That's it for CEO Cargo. Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have potentially the most annoying business in all of Grand Theft Auto Online. However, it is a pretty good business. Now, I don't say it's annoying because the content within it, as far as what you do to make money, is annoying. I say annoying because of the people within the business. Regardless of that, the auto shop has 3 different ways of earning money. The first is customizing customers' cars to their liking and delivering them back to the customers. You can also hire staff members to help you do this. Basically, you customize the car with what the customer wants, and then you can choose to deliver it to the customer yourself, or you can get your staff members to do it as well. I'd recommend against the staff members, however, they have been updated progressively since the Tuners DLC came out, which included the auto shop, to be slightly better, and now I do think that it is actually potentially worth owning the staff members. You can also run the auto shop contracts, which sort of act as mini heists that pay between $150,000 and $300,000 depending on the contract, and when these are on double or triple money, they are some of the best ways to earn money in all of Grand Theft Auto Online. These mini heists only take about 20 to 30 minutes, I would say, on average, as a solo player, which is pretty darn good. And the last thing you get access to with the auto shop is the exotic exports list, which cars are marked by little blue dots on your minimap. You'll see them as you drive near them throughout your time in free mode. You can quickly get in these, deliver them down to the docks, and you will earn $20,000. So it's not too bad, not too great either, but definitely a pretty good business overall when you factor in how much it costs and all the things that you can do with it. So the auto shop is pretty good. That's it for number 6. On to number 5. With number 5, we have the bunker. Now, the bunker does cost a little bit of money to get started. The initial cost is pretty high, but you will make your money back relatively quickly. Now, there's only 2 bunker locations that I recommend picking up, and that is the Farmhouse Bunker or the Chumash Bunker. Both are the lowest on the map when you go to purchase them on the Maze Bank Foreclosures website. The strategy with the bunker as a solo player is to firstly buy all of the upgrades for it, and then just buy supplies for $75,000. Let your staff produce that into stock, which will sell for $210K. This only takes about 2 hours and 20 minutes to turn that 75 grand into $210,000 worth of stock. The sale mission, as long as you sell after one $75,000 resupply, will always give you a single vehicle to sell with. Now, you can potentially do 2 full resupplies of $75,000, so a total of $150,000, and sell for $420,000. However, with the bunker sales, you only get 15 minutes to do them most of the time, and the vehicles can be really good, but they can also be quite slow. I would always recommend just supplying it one time and then selling, and rinse and repeat that, because I think that's the most consistent way to earn money with the bunker and not lose out on anything. With the bunker, you can also set your staff to do full production, full research, or split them between doing research and production. Research in the bunker will unlock some cool, unique items that many players don't have, such as the thermal scope for the Heavy Sniper Mark II, as well as several different attachments for some of the Mark II weapons in Grand Theft Auto Online. Overall, the bunker is definitely a very good business to have as a solo player, and it can make you a lot of money as well. That's it for the bunker. On to number 4. At number 4, we have the Agency. The Agency is one of the best businesses in all of Grand Theft Auto Online, and it has 3 ways of earning money. The first of which being the contract heist with Dr. Dre and Franklin. You can bang this out in about 1 to 1.5 hours, and it will pay you $1 million for completing it, which is pretty good. It also doesn't have a cooldown like the Cayo Perico heist has now, so you can run it back over and over and over again. Another way to earn money with the Agency is to do security contracts, and this actually ties into the third way to earn money as well. Security contracts will pay you an upfront sum of money for completing a task. Usually these are pretty good and pretty easy to do. The best ones to do are as follows: gang termination, recover valuables, and rescue operation. The rest are kind of long and a little bit miserable, but the next best after those 3 is liquidize assets. The other 2, such as vehicle recovery or asset protection, will take a very long time. However, usually they are the ones that are going to pay the most. But trust me, just do the easier ones and just get these done as fast as you possibly can. The money will come later. Now, the amount of security contracts that you've completed ties in directly to the amount of money that the third thing that the Agency does is going to make you. And the third thing is a completely passive safe that fills up over time, depending on how many contracts you've completed. The safe money will be deposited every 48 minutes of real time, so if you like to AFK in GTA, this is a really good thing to do. Now, like I said, the amount of money depends on how many contracts you've completed. So let's say you've completed 10 security contracts. That means you will get $1,000 every single 48 minutes in Grand Theft Auto Online. However, if you've completed 100, you'll get $10,000 every 48 minutes in GTA Online. And this maxes out at 200 contracts completed, which will pay you $20,000 every 48 minutes. And the safe's total capacity is $250,000, meaning that you can just AFK overnight once you start earning a decent enough amount of money and you've done enough security contracts. And you have to keep in mind with this business, each time you do a security contract, you're also going to get paid, and it's going to tally up to a grand total of 200 contracts, and then you'll make 20K every 48 minutes for absolutely no more effort. And of course, you can keep doing security contracts after you reach the 200 number. It's just not going to benefit how much money you make with the safe anymore. Overall, the Agency is a very good business. I would highly recommend it. Definitely one of the best businesses in the entire game. For the third best way to make money as a solo player in online, I have chosen the Acid Lab, which was added with the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC back in December. Now, in order to get the Acid Lab, you're going to have to complete the initial 6 last dose missions that were added with the Drug Wars DLC, and once you've completed those, you will obtain the Brigade 6x6 after recovering it from a derailed train. You then bring this Brigade to the Freak Shop, and you will have the ability to upgrade it to the Acid Lab for $750,000. Then you're going to need to complete 10 Dax Fooligan missions, which have a 48-minute cooldown after you do each one, which really sucks. However, these will pay you $50,000 apiece. So after you've completed 5 of them, you'll be able to afford the equipment upgrade that you will unlock after you've completed all 10, and that is going to cost you $250,000. Now, the Acid Lab isn't really worth running without the equipment upgrade, so make sure you just wait and get the equipment upgrade before you start using the Acid Lab. With the equipment upgrade, the Acid Lab becomes one of the best businesses in the entire game, making full stock in just 4 hours with the equipment upgrade. However, it does have a boost inside of it that you can activate once per day, and that will bring the time down to just 3.5 hours to make the full amount of acid, and the payout for selling that will be $335,000, which is not bad considering that the supplies only cost $60,000 and you're only going to have to resupply 1.5 times, which is pretty good. In addition to this, if you sell the acid in a public session, you're going to get closer to $500,000 due to the high demand bonus. And new with the Los Santos Mercenaries DLC, you can also name your acid for an additional 5% bonus on your sale. So that's pretty good. The Acid Lab is great, definitely look into this. The best part of the Acid Lab are the sale missions. You will only ever use the Acid Lab delivery bike, which comes with the Acid Lab, which you can also upgrade to be faster and just generally better. The Acid Lab is definitely one of the best ways to make money as a solo right now in Grand Theft Auto Online. Definitely get the Acid Lab if you guys don't have it already. Next up at number 2, we have the Nightclub. The Nightclub is a completely passive business, but it does have a lot of money that you're going to have to spend in order to make it the most profitable that it can possibly be. Upstairs in the Nightclub, in the actual club itself, as long as your popularity is kept high, you will get $50,000 deposited into your safe every 48 minutes or every in-game day in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now you can fill your popularity up by doing nightclub missions marked by a blue dot or a blue VIP when you walk in the door, and I've heard that if you walk into the nightclub in passive mode, you'll always get the blue dot, which just means you get to kick out a troublemaker. This will give you $10,000 and fill up one entire bar of your popularity, which means that you will get an additional 100k once that popularity goes down 2 ticks. You can also up your popularity by simply switching the DJs. This is going to cost you 100k the first time that you do it, but after that, it's going to go down to only $10,000. Now there is a cutscene that you can also skip by going and doing this in the basement from the basement computer in the nightclub. Speaking of the nightclub basement, the basement is where you're going to earn some real money with this business, although technically the upstairs is a little more profitable. In the nightclub basement, you are going to need several different businesses to make it run as efficiently as possible. You're also going to need to upgrade the warehouse storage 4 times, as well as hire 4 other staff to manage your warehouse underneath your nightclub. The businesses that you're going to need to own are the Sugar Lockup, the Bunker, the Breaking Bad Lab that we talked about a little bit earlier, a CEO Cargo Warehouse, Weed, and if you want, optionally, the Document Forgery, although I do not recommend the Document Forgery. Once you have these, you can hire these warehouse staff to accrue these goods completely passively for you over time. From then on, you can sell this whenever you want, and you'll always be guaranteed a single vehicle sell mission like I mentioned earlier. All of these sale missions are also pretty easy. Now, interestingly enough, with the nightclub, you can also upgrade your delivery vehicles, and there are 3 available delivery vehicles. However, I do have a bit of a life hack for you guys. If you pick up the Hauler Custom and the Rumpo, do not purchase the Mule. This will cause you to either use the Rumpo as your sale vehicle or the Hauler for your sale vehicle, because the Mule is an in-between. And if you have too much stock for the Rumpo, you can just do it in the Hauler. The Hauler and the Rumpo are the fastest sale vehicles for this business, so they're definitely the only ones that I recommend picking up. The nightclub is very good. It's the best actual business in GTA. It is going to cost you a lot of money to set it up because you're going to need all these other businesses. However, you don't have to be running the other businesses in order for them to make money in the nightclub basement. However, if you choose to run them and do the nightclub basement, you will make significantly more money. That's it for the nightclub, and it's time to move on to the number 1 best way to make money as a solo player in Grand Theft Auto Online. And you guys guessed it, at number 1 we have the Cayo Perico heist. The Cayo Perico heist takes about an hour to set up for the average player, and despite the nerf, which means that you can't do the heist for several hours after completing it, it is still the best way to earn money per hour in Grand Theft Auto Online. You'll be paid anywhere from $1.3 million all the way up to $2 million, depending on the heist loot that you get. You will need to own a Kasatka in order to do this, which is going to cost you $2.2 million. Plus, you can upgrade it further all the way up to about 9 million if you choose to. However, you do not need to do this. The Cayo Perico heist is a lot of people's favorite way to earn money in Grand Theft Auto Online, and I can't blame them. It is truly one of the best. I don't really think I need to talk about the Cayo Perico heist that much. If you guys want to know some guides for it, go look that up on YouTube and you will find the most efficient way to do this heist. But anyway guys, that is pretty much it for the top 10 best ways to make money as a solo player in Grand Theft Auto Online after the LS Mercenaries DLC. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you out in any sort of way, a like is of course appreciated. Dislike if you didn't enjoy or if you didn't learn anything, of course. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the list. Is there anything that you would add? Is there anything that you would take away? Leave any helpful tips and tricks in the comments down below.